All right, welcome to. All right, guys, it's the big one. The epic Madam Web Spider-Man movie review. We're so hyped to talk about Madam Web, greatest Spider-Man movie ever.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, we didn't see that crap.
Ha. Ha. Ha.
Sony, stop making shitty Spider-Man movies. Stop it. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop.
Stop.
You're ruining Marvel. You're ruining your own brand. Stop it.
Stop.
There's.
It's like what's his name? It's like Wiki's dad in the first Transformers. Stop.
Yeah, we didn't see that movie. I'm hearing really bad things. I'm hearing they're in costume for like the last 3 minutes of the movie. It's kind of all over the place, super cheese. It's like not even it's just real. I'm hearing it's really bad. So yeah, we're not reviewing that one, but we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Welcome to the SF Comic Co. This is the SF Company Hour number 184. Today we're talking the big news. Fantastic Four cast has been kind of worst kept secret. This cast has been kind of talked about for the past few months, but now it's official. We got the X-Men 97 trailer. We're gonna talk about the great Carl Weathers passing away. Some other big game trailers. I think we're not allowed to say Super Bowl anymore, unless you're affiliated with the Super Bowl. Just a couple other random stuff. Joined always by the Maximum Effort. How you doing?
Well,
that's pretty good. That's pretty good for him. We're still recovering from last week.
I'm in mourning.
The less said, the better. Because that's Rick's pause on that face. That was a good pause. Your face paused on a very say no more on that. But we're moving on. We got other shit to worry about, other shit to get excited about. Let's see. We've got some people already jumping in, ready to chat it up. Christo, happy Saturday, nerds. R.I.P. Carl Weathers. Thank you for being one of the best actors ever. Yes, we're definitely talking about more of that. What's up, Lori? Happy Saturday, nerds. Bunch of nerds. Big Leo 415, 21 seconds of costume action. What the fuck, man? Shaking my head. Give me a Sweeney solo film. Yeah, she was excited too. She was all she was looking up the comics. She's like, I want to do this pose from the comics and all this in. And she was
Who's Sweeney?
Sydney Sweeney, the blonde chick from Euphoria.
Oh.
She's hot. She's hot, right? She was in that one romantic comedy. Anybody with you with the dude from Tropical Maverick. She's
Glenn Jacobs.
No, not Glenn Jacobs.
Glenn Howard. No, Glenn Howerton's the other guy. I was like, that's the guy from fucking Always Sunny. Glenn. What? I don't know. I don't know who the fuck is that?
I'm still at
Madam Web is not your big vehicle, lady. How about that?
Yeah, and this was made by people that never read a comic. We're just another one of those. Just stop making.
If these filmmakers haven't read a comic, they need to just not make the movie.
Yeah, and this.
I'm gonna make my version. Well, fuck your version. We don't want to see your version. Nobody wants to see your version. We want to see the movie.
First of all, Madam Web is like an old lady in a chair with a blindfold. She's no, she wasn't an action character or anything like that. I think
this is her origin story, I'm assuming.
It's a mess. Sony, stop. And they got another one coming out. Craven's.
Stop.
It's one thing if they were making these movies that were entertaining and good, but they're just making media. They're just trying to keep that IP going, and they're ruining their own IP. So, let's talk. Well, I was going to say let's talk about some positive, but I guess it's not really positive. So we lost one of the great ones this week. one of my favorite actors, the great Apollo Creed, uh, passed away this week. Actually, not that old either. He was still kind of
74.
going 74, still going strong. Had a had a big role on the Mandalorian. He was a
Grief Karga.
Grief Karga. Had a kind of a career resurgence. Kind of like during Arrested Development. He was kind of came back into the zeitgeist.
Got yourself a stew.
Yeah. In himself on Arrested Development, he was fucking hilarious on that. So kind of reminded people that how great Carl Weathers was. Of course, famous. He was a football player on the Raiders. Then became an actor. He was, of course, his probably his most famous role, Apollo Creed in the Rocky movies. One of the greatest characters in those movies. Like you love Apollo Creed in those movies. You rooted for him, and when they became friends, it was just a different level to those movies. But just a great, just a kind of a great career he had, man. And like I said, he had that second phase of his career where he started doing more roles and more starring roles, of course, in the Star Wars. But Action Jackson, he was great, and of course, the Predator, Dylan, you son of a bitch,
Dylan.
It's just great. Anytime he showed up in a movie, he's a scene stealer. He just had a natural charisma and a natural, to like out charisma Schwarzenegger and out charisma these guys he was acting with, and just kind of it would be the center of attention. But one of the all time greats, man. This one hurt, man. This one hurt when I heard it. This one was a gut punch for sure. But yeah, what are your thoughts, man? The late great Carl Weathers.
Oh man, it's sad. It's sad, dude. Yeah, this was the punch in the gut because he was having his resurgence with the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
like Grief Karga was actually like an integral character to the whole Mandalorian thing. I mean, that's pretty much the Mandalorian's his handler at the beginning of everything. And oh shit, Kenobi is right there. So yeah, it's he had a chance with Action Jackson. I was hoping Action Jackson would have like taken off and given him a vehicle.
Yeah.
He had some great lines in that. How do you like your ribs? And then fucking hits him with the flamethrower.
Yeah.
It's fucking dope. I'll always remember what's it called though. It wasn't even his line. It's just how they described him when in Action Jackson. Some people say that he was an experiment. Other people say that his mother was raped by Bigfoot, and because he was just such an imposing figure. I loved Action Jackson. For people who haven't seen Action Jackson, go check that out. It's a great Carl Weathers movie. Craig T. Nelson's the villain. Great villain. Delaplane. Everything, and even his little cameo roles, like Arrested Development. I was watching scenes from him the other day. He just started cracking me up.
Yeah,
just every bone he grabbed. It's you got yourself a stew.
Yeah, and, just great comedic time, like in Happy Gilmore, Chubbs, man.
Chubbs,
and he was fucking great in that, man. He was like again stealing scenes from Adam Sandler, who's this great comedic actor, and he just like you're just fucking he was just. It's all in the hips.
It's all in the hips. You know what it is too? It's the guy had like a great smile, man. Like when he's like smiling, it's just projected on screen. Every as Apollo, as Dylan, as Chubbs, it's great. He's gonna be missed, man.
Yeah,
it just sucks because the Mandalorian still hasn't finished.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering how they're gonna deal with.
Yeah, my theory was they're gonna like kind of kill him off screen, or maybe he died some way, and then they'll put a statue of him in the middle of the city, like to replace an IG-88 statue. Put Grief Karga's a statue in the middle of the city, a little tribute to him. I don't know. I don't know if you could replace him with somebody else. I don't want to see him recast.
No, this is not a situation where you can do a recast.
Yeah, what's his name? Ray Stevenson and
integral character though. That's the whole thing with him. Yeah, Balin's an integral character,
and his story's not really told yet. Like we still have a lot of story. Like Grief Karga had a pretty good arc. He went from just being a handler for bounty hunters to being like a leader and
leader
so
of the town.
He had like a story arc, and he had
And those people die. like some shit happens, like some, you know, we don't know. Maybe some ruffians came to the fucking town and now fucking you know, Din Djarin's gonna have to go after him or something, you know.
Or he died peacefully. He was
Or he died peacefully, yeah, or something. But the thing is, I think to me the difference was with like Ray Stevenson's character, it was just budding. We need to know more. There's so much left. There's so much meat left on the bone. Grief Karga, it wasn't so much that he was like the foil to the Mandalorian. He was just a helpful character. The helpful characters, I don't mean to sound bad, but helpful characters, you know, they can have their passing off screen, much like Lance Reddick did in like, well, no, he was in John Wick, wasn't he? They did show him in John Wick 4, right? I can't remember.
Yeah, he got killed. He got killed in John Wick 4.
He got killed in John Wick 4.
Yeah, so it was kind of apropos.
It kind of worked out for them. Yeah. But yeah, it's just something like that. Well, he was like a I don't want to say inconsequential character, but his character wasn't too integral to the whole John Wick story. Much like Grief Karga isn't so much in the mix.
Yeah, you can still tell
the whole thing. He's just a little bit of seasoning onto the whole story of it.
Yeah, and you can kind of get him, you know, write him out, like, you know, like Gina Carano. You know, she had her arc, and you can easily like get her out. It wasn't like
Timothy Oliphant. They kind of got rid of him too, you know.
Yeah. Hi, Kenobi on the shoulder. keep it.
I don't know where he's at right now, man. At least he's not killing me right now.
Big Leo 415, who was supposed to be on the show, but he's a party boy, so he didn't come on. R.I.P. should have got a picture with him at Fan Expo a couple months ago. Yeah, I kind of regret not getting him. I was thinking about it too. I was like, he'll be around again. Like, you always think, these guys are like, they'll be around again. So I'm kind of bummed. I did get to see him. Like, I got to see him like probably 10 feet away. So that was cool.
Well, that's the thing, though. For next time, for you guys, when you guys think about that, you guys probably will know better or make a better decision. Yeah, you guys will probably do it next time. For any aging guy, like right now, you guys are probably happy as shit that you guys probably got to see Henry Winkler.
Yeah, and Henry Winkler's older than fucking Carl Weathers.
Exactly,
so,
exactly.
You never know. If I would have went to Carl Weathers and missed out on Henry Winkler died, I would have been pissed.
You would have been pissed.
Yeah, so it's the decision you make. I got to see him, but it would have been cool to meet him. But I got to be close to greatness. Big Leo, Action Jackson was fire.
Fuck yeah, I want to watch Action Jackson now, man. Action
Jackson watched it like last year recently, so it's still a fun
Craig
movie.
T. Nelson's a fucking asshole in that movie, dude. Vanity,
Vanity. Ooh, yeah. Oh, and Sharon Stone, early Sharon Stone. Yeah,
young Sharon Stone in that movie.
Carl, elegant man, fantastic actor and director. He was directing a bunch of those Mandalorian episodes too.
And that sucks because he was just probably getting into it now too, you know.
Yeah. He always learned about his craft and loved his job. He will be missed from Lori. Krista Chubbs in heaven hits different now. Tear.
Well, if you want to see Chubbs in heaven, you can always see little Nicky. We know where he's at.
Big Leo, he was badass with a heart. Yep. He had a charm about him, man. He could be a fucking badass and fucking.
How do you like your ribs?
Lori, let's hope they don't use AI for.
They won't.
They won't.
I think it's respectful not to on that one.
No.
The whole thing with Cushing, I think Peter Cushing's family wanted it. They wanted to make sure that
they signed off on it. I'm sure they paid him money. Like, here, we're gonna give you some money. We're gonna use his image. Like, is that okay? So yeah, that was kind of the big debate last year too with the writer's strike, the actor's strike. The use of AI,
they got to get, if they're using their AI, even if they're passed, that estate should get money. They're his family.
Yeah, and they should get approval too. Like the Superman, the Christopher Reeve stuff, and the Flash. The family was like kind of what the fuck, like when they actually saw it. So
I'd be upset if
you should get approval. The family should be like, hey, we want to see what you're using the image for. We want to see, like, you can't.
If it's in good taste.
If it's in good taste and it honors the legacy, and it doesn't look cheap as fuck. Kind of like what the Flash said, that all the CG in that movie looked fucking really horrible. But
they never gave more money, man. So yeah,
more money. Carl Weathers. What is we usually ask what's give me his top 3 roles. What do you think his top 3 roles were?
Apollo. Yeah, Apollo.
That was number 1, I think. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think Dylan is number 2 because like in one movie he comes out hella cool. It's like, oh yeah, it's this guy, and then it's like, oh, that fucking guy, and then it's like, all right, he's making up for it, and then you're like, man, I didn't want him to die though, you know. So yeah, I would say that. And number 3, I'm probably gonna have to say Chubbs. As much as I want to say Action Jackson, you know, it's an 80s action movie, and that's all it really was. It wasn't. I wanted it to be more, but him as Chubbs, I mean, just him being funny. Hey, happy? I'm happy now. Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, I'd probably go with that. Yeah, Stallone's tribute to him was heartbreaking. Yeah, Stallone loved that guy, man. He was really just. I like. They were talking
Rocky
about.
Doesn't. I don't think Rocky works without Carl Weathers either.
Yeah, probably not as much as it did. I think that it was a great foil for him. He's kind of channeling his inner Muhammad Ali, kind of that arrogant fighter, kind of you know. So
yeah, because Apollo wasn't an asshole. He was just a guy who thought he was better than anybody when it came to boxing.
He was he was undefeated. He's kicking everyone's ass, and he didn't have any fucking competition. So he's like just kind of got arrogant. Yeah, you get arrogant when you don't get your
arrogant. That's a good word. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
not an asshole, but he's arrogant.
Yeah, I like. They were talking about that's one of the scenes where they're at the end. I think end of the first round where they start jawing back and forth.
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, that was kind of real because they were like they had the fight choreographed and there was a couple like stiff punches, like
real landing. Yeah.
So the shit talking they were going back and forth. That was kind of real and they liked it, so they kept it in. So yeah, his death scene in Rocky IV was great. One of the epic fucking death scenes to a character in a movie. If he dies, he dies.
That's the fucked up part, man. That's the first thing that hit. I was like, when you guys said the news, I was like, that hit my head. I was like, man, fuck.
I finally got him, man. Fuck. Yeah. R.I.P. man. Carl Weathers, one of the goats, man.
I would have liked to hear from what's his name, Dolph Lundgren, about it. You know, I think that's one person I don't think I've heard. Really, I mean, it's an integral scene in cinema history. Fucking Apollo fucking getting fucking clobbered by fucking Drago and shit. Sad.
Yeah, sad, but yeah, he has a great body of work we can go back to and kind of appreciate his work. So, R.I.P. Apollo Crews, man, one of the goats.
Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews. This is the fucking guy from WWE.
I'm still waking up. Apollo Crews.
Apollo Crews. You'll appreciate that. He wrestled in the Bay Area, so.
All right. So yeah, that's sad stuff, but we got some more positive stuff to talk about. All right, we'll talk about the Deadpool trailer with a bunch of Marvel news we're going to talk about. But yeah, other than that one, we got a few trailers. We got trailers for the Kingdom Planet of the Apes. We got If, a teaser for If. What else do we get? We got Wicked, and a couple other movies. Yeah, for the big game, Super Bowl trailers dropped this week. So any of the standouts for the trailers and teasers that we got this week?
Not really. That's the thing that sucks. I mean, the initial Deadpool one.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm glad they're not showing me anything.
Yeah. We still got about 6 months away. So.
Yeah, but I'm just glad they're not. First trailer, sometimes they just show you like, damn, the whole fucking third act.
Yeah.
I'm right now, like, yeah, they kind of alluded to Wolverine.
Yeah, let's talk about let's hold off on that trailer until we talk about the Marvel. We'll talk about that one. I'm talking about the other trailers from the Super Bowl.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing.
I mean, Wicked was nice to see. Because I do like that actress from the Outsider.
Yeah.
She was fucking great. In the Outsider, she was great.
What about Kingdom Planet of the Apes?
Looks good. Yeah. That's the one movie that I don't think I have so many reservations about it ever since I found out that the director is going to be taking over Legend of Zelda. That's so like I am like anxious. I'm super anxious about it. This one? Yeah. I'm being super anxious. I like some of the scenes because I'm just like, which Zelda are gonna be? I loved anything that had to do with the nature shots. He was really good with the nature shots because that's gonna be a big thing. going forward. But that's all I was paying attention to. Every time I watch that trailer, I'm scrutinizing it because I'm looking for the Legend of Zelda in it.
You gotta wait, man. It's not Legend of Zelda. It's King of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, no, but it's still the man's directing style and how he's visually going to show you the story. Yeah, and that's what I'm really paying attention to.
Yeah.
So I can't really based off a trailer, I can't really make those assumptions. I have to watch the movie. But every time I see it, I get excited for it. I definitely I'm not getting anxious, like a bad anxious. It's a very good anxious. I want to see it.
Yeah. It should be I'm curious. I'm still thinking the CG looks a little wonky.
It does look wonky.
Yeah, but hopefully they can fix that.
March. It's in March, right?
May. I think May.
May.
Yeah. A couple months away. Yeah, a lot of CG has been looking wonky too lately.
They're skimping.
Yeah, they're not spending the money they can because they know they can get away with fucking mediocre CG and like fucking.
Dude, but the thing is, they can get away. So what they don't want to do is they don't want to pay the studios or these artists, the VFX artists, as much as they do. Go get these guys off of YouTube. They're doing fucking great work. The guys who are doing the guy, one of them got hired by Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, go get these guys from YouTube. Go give these guys jobs.
Yeah,
the guys who are doing the jobs have already got complacent and are just happy doing it because they're getting paid.
Or they get rushed. The Marvel method is they just kind of rush them and they change shit fucking willy-nilly and they just kind of like
that's definitely.
Oh, this guy worked fucking 3 months on this fucking on this effect. Oh, we want to change this to a blue and a different color and a different fucking thing. And like, fuck, well, I just worked on this fucking. So I'm hearing a lot of that, like a lot of last minute changes, kind of throwing out the fucking all the work they did and having to start from scratch and on a short amount of time and it just kind of killing the effects, man. Because the effects lately have been not looking good. Let's see. All right. A little comic book news here. This dropped. We got this one shot looked kind of interesting. I'm of course I'm a little biased on this. Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Green is doing a one shot in May. This is kind of so Jonathan Hickman already doing a couple versions of Doctor Who over in the Ultimate books. Now he's taking over the future with Sanford Green, who's a really good artist. Really, I like his style is really cool. For the final days of Doctor Doom and Doom #1, one shot coming from Marvel. So this is kind of a like the Doom, the end, like kind of like the last days of Doctor Doom. Marvel did this a lot in the 2000s, like the last story of the Fantastic Four, last story of like Spider-Man, last story of the X-Men. Kind of like how their stories would end, kind of an alternate universe take. But Stanford Green is a great artist, and he's like a huge Doctor Doom fan, and he's been wanting to work with Jonathan Hickman. He of course wrote the Secret Wars. He wrote the latest Secret Wars and Fantastic Four, and he really gets Doom. So I'm actually pretty excited about it. The art looks cool. So I'm always biased on any Doctor Doom stuff, but this looks really good. I'm excited about this one. Did you read about this one?
I read a little bit about it. It sounds interesting, but I get so I have a little bit of hesitance with all of these future shits. I've never been a big fan of them ever since like the first time I started hearing this is what's going to be in the future, and this is going to like.
Yeah,
you guys are writing the final act before you guys even get there. So it's like a J.J. Abrams kind of a thing. Everybody has to fill in everything in between.
Yeah. Well, these characters are never going to end, so that's the reason these pop up. Yeah, you kind of write these imaginary endings because these characters will never end. They'll keep going.
Keep it as a what if.
Yeah, what this is. This is not like in continuity.
Call it what if. It's just in the final this. Like, what if Doctor Doom did this, or what if. Or what if this is how he dies?
Well, with the multiverse, there's multiple endings.
Once again, that's the problem. Multiverse.
Well, we think what if is that's a multiverse.
Yeah, no, it is, but it contains it into the what if. Now there's books just fucking flying out everywhere out of this fucking the multiverse and shit. It's like, well, how are you going to differentiate by putting what if in front of it? It lets the reader know that this is an alternate.
No, they're telling you right away. This is alternate.
Oh, they're telling the comic fan it's an alternate.
They're not saying this is the definitive end of the character.
No, they're not saying that either. But they're not saying
this is a version of the character's end. So,
So what
Jonathan, if it wasn't Jonathan,
that's the only thing. That guy's a great writer.
Yeah, so I'm excited about this. I don't care what you say.
What if? Call it a what if. I'll call all this shit what ifs.
It's an else world.
Alternate shit.
It's an else world. How about that?
Yeah, I'll take that. Or an ultimate line, or an ultimate universe. This is the universe where all the heroes actually die, or the villains they meet their ends. This is how it happens. And next week, fucking the Fantastic Four get killed by Mephisto. That's what happens.
Mephisto doesn't exist.
You killed my friend. You killed my friend.
Yes. You killed my brother. All right, let's talk about another big one that dropped this week. Another big trailer. Jump into the Marvel news. X-Men 97 dropped. Cora, this is perfect timing because I'm watching rewatching the X-Men 90s cartoon. So this happened perfect timing for me. Right now I'm on the third season, the Phoenix. I just finished the Phoenix saga and going in some great episodes. Third season is probably my favorite. It has that Iceman episodes in there. One of my favorite episodes, Dark Phoenix saga. So this trailer dropped. We got some of the old voices coming back. The voice of Wolverine is the same, even though he sounds different.
He sounds different.
Yeah, he sounds 30 years older. But I did like some of the little Easter eggs they threw in there. I love this shot of them playing basketball. That was kind of a staple in the comic. They would play sports and kind of it like at first be friendly competition, then it will turn into like a fucking shit show of everybody using their powers and fucking each other up. So I like that staple from the comics. So we get a lot of stuff going on here. We got Jean Grey pregnant. We got at the end of the trailer, we got Magneto taking over the school, which has happened. That did happen in the comic.
It happens a lot.
Yeah, it happened in the comic. It happens a lot. Yeah, happened in the comic. And he's wearing his cheesy 80s costume when he went on trial for all the fucking cold shit he did when he was a villain. And so, this has a lot of little Easter eggs, a lot of little hints of what's coming up. The animation looks a little like I'm still getting used to the animation, but I don't hate it. What do you think, man?
Okay, so it's drawn in the style of the 97 animation. That's the thing that gets me. Like the morph that they got is just it looks like the bounty hunters at the beginning of Critters, he just
like
faceless.
He doesn't
look like the morph from Age of Apocalypse. Age of Apocalypse morph doesn't look like that. He has more of a facial. This guy looks like what was that, Morlock? He was like that little kid Morlock.
Caliban.
He looks more like that than he does Morph. Like Morph, if you're gonna do the Morph from AOA, it has to be more. He has to have more exaggerated features. Do I have Morph up there? I wonder if I do have Morph up there.
Yeah, you're talking about Morph like that.
Yeah, well, it's a hard one. But see, there's certain it's certain artists that draw him a certain way.
Yeah.
I think one of the artists did draw him that way. I just don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way Magneto looks. I don't like the way Magneto
why did he look so sinister? He looks so like fucking evil. Like
he looks like whoever's drawing him doesn't get that Magneto is not that guy. He doesn't look evil. Is he evil? Yeah. He does some fucked up shit, but he doesn't look like he's I'm Magneto. Like he doesn't look like that.
Yeah, it's like he does look like Morph does look like the Morph from the comic. Yeah, I don't think we got a good shot of him. That's the problem. Yeah, it does look like the Age of Apocalypse Morph.
He looks more exaggerated. He has you actually can see the indentations of his brow. His eye. He doesn't have any eyes. I mean, I should pull out the books, man. I have them all.
Okay, that's in the.
So I don't like. Beast looks great. Beast is, if you put the shot back up, you can see like certain characters they got spot on.
So I like Cyclops looks good.
Cyclops is perfect. The shot of Bishop up in the corner is good.
I like
Beast,
Rogue.
They got him down. Rogue, I have a problem with.
What's wrong with Rogue?
Her hair just looks weird. Right now, and like her arms look fucking kind of flimsy. Like she's supposed to have a little bit more definition to her,
I like
I
I
think
like
they're
Colin haircut. I like the mohawk.
if we're doing X-Men 97, we got to draw them like 97, man. That's the thing. They're drawing them like, oh, well, we have to take the sensibilities of today. Then don't call it 97. Just call it X-Men animated. Don't hold on to that 97 shit.
Yeah, and if the animation in the 90 series was good, but there was a lot of
No,
flaws.
don't get me wrong. A lot of look, I think we
Some of those episodes
romanticize.
are rough, man. Like on the
No,
animation,
no
like
doubt.
yeah.
I think we romanticize a lot of the
Yeah,
old school.
I'm in smack dab in the middle, and some episodes look really good. The animation, some episodes look
Some
really
looks
bad.
really bad.
Yeah, so we definitely, like you said, we romanticize some of the past, but I'm digging this, man. I'm digging this in the middle. Like I said, I'm in the middle of rewatching this kind of. I think they got the vibe for the most part. And when Cyclops, he's like, to me, my X-Men, I got chills. I like that line a lot. I'm glad they're giving Cyclops his flowers and not making him, not making this the Wolverine show.
Yeah, he's at the fore, and that right there is the thing that I love the most, because if this is a jumping off point to the movie, it means it's not going to be a Wolverine centric movie.
Yeah,
it will be the X-Men, and if it's not Charles Xavier fucking calling out, barking orders, it's going to be Cyclops, which is how it should be. Cyclops is the fucking leader, not Wolverine. They don't have to confer with fucking Wolverine on everything. Wolverine is a weapon.
Yeah, that's why he's great. He's great on the show. He was great on the show because he was the side character. He would have his little side quests. He wasn't the fucking main focus.
Nope.
He shouldn't be. He was better when he was like the loner fucking kind of asshole. But now they made him. Oh, he's a teacher. He's a leader. No, he's not, dude. That's what kind of killed the movies for me, man. They're too focused on Wolverine. I like that they're. I like
how the arc is going to be. I want to see what this arc is going to be, because I really the character design I hate the most is Magneto.
I don't like I like how they're using the costume from the 80s, but I don't
too many
like
lines.
Yeah, too many lines on the. I can agree with that one. Let's see. We'll go through it. Oh, Lori made a comment. Planet of the Apes looks good. It looks all right. Looks okay. I think this is Nip.
Fiber. I think he's talking about the CG guys.
Yeah. Rogue looks weird. I can see the hair being a problem. I can look at the hair being a problem. Wolverine sounds fucking weird. Yeah, he doesn't sound like he does, and it's the same guy doing it. So I don't know why it's such a like a kind of a dramatic change. Is this Gene or Madeline Pryor? So that's kind of the rumor too, because there was been some figures, a preview of the figures. Goblin Queen's going to be part of this storyline. So is this Goblin Queen kind of her Jean's clone taking her place and getting pregnant? Or is she gonna? Jean's clone gonna? Madeline Pryor gonna take the baby? So I think we're gonna have that.
I heard they got what's his name in it too, though. I heard they fucking found toys on Nathaniel Summers.
Yeah, Nate Gray's Nate Summers is. She comes. Goblin Queen comes with the baby. Comes with the young Nate. So not sure if that. Well, we might get a little bit of Inferno in here. I heard rumors of Krakoa is going to be involved a little bit.
That'd be or whatever they bring out. I'm hoping this is going to get folded in, right? Animated does count going in forward.
Well, see, that was my theory. Like this is going to be like the
Deadpool's a lot of what if happened.
I think we're going to get Deadpool cleaning up the universe, and it's going to look like the animated universe at the end of it. Like he's going to clean it up, and it's going to kind of look like that. Her face looks weird. Talking about Rogue. Rogue's supposed to be thick.
Agreed.
Yeah, right. She definitely has some adult poses in the fucking show. The animation looks on point. Maybe a touch of a update. I don't mind the animation. Like I said, it's some of that animation was a little rough in the other one. It looks pretty smooth, but Thicky Rogue, YouTube user fuck Cyclops. That's because you've never read a comic book. So
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wants to fucking tangle off of fucking Wolverine's fucking nutsack or whatever.
He loves Apocalypse. He's an Apocalypse lover.
Oh, I love Apocalypse too. They did him dirty though, man.
Oh, in the movie? Oh yeah. It was horrible. It was one of the worst things they did in the movies was fucking cut the balls off Apocalypse. I'm like I said, the show is really good. Kind of like X-Men lore. So I'm really having fun going back and rewatching it from the beginning. And they really tie in some there's some fucking deep cut Easter eggs. I even recognized back then. Now I'm recognizing, just reading so many X-Men comics over the years.
In the old animated?
Yeah, there's some cuts like I didn't even realize they like references they were making. Like, oh shit, that's a fucking deep X-Men cut. Like, there's no like no one would, unless you read the comics, you would not get like what they were talking about or whatever. So it's a deep cut. But it's fun rewatching. Like, I'm just finished the Phoenix Saga, about to get to the Dark Phoenix Saga. Some of the season 3 is awesome.
Dark Phoenix is a great saga, man.
It's one of my favorite comic book storylines. One of my favorite episodes of the show. So it's I'm excited about this. I'm juiced. So like I said, when he says to me my X-Men, I was juiced on that line. And Wolverine, Gambit riding Wolverine, charging up his claws, was kind of cool too. I like that.
That was cool to see.
That's cool. Yeah, I hope they do some fun stuff like that. It's 10 episodes starting in March. So I'm curious how this is going to tie this. So this is the first official X-Men thing going on in Marvel. So I think this is going to be a big deal, and because they keep using that theme too, like when they show the X-Men show up or they mention mutants, like in Multiverse of Madness, when Professor X comes in, they had the little X-Men theme pop up. When Ms. Marvel was announced as a mutant, they had a little. So I think this show is going to be bigger than people realize. What they're going to tie into, what the X-Men are going to be going forward. It's the first. This is the first silo going off. This is the first blow. So yeah, I would recommend
the first major blow. We've had hits. We've had some hits coming in, but this is the first fucking big.
Yeah, and this was a gateway drug for a lot of comic nerds, man. Like in the 90s, like this is like kind of what set people off and started reading the comics, like Batman the animated series, X-Men, Spider-Man. Like this was like those were like the ones that kind of get people like, oh, comics are cool. Let me go check out comics.
I think it's because that's how the explosion of the comic shops in the 90s happened. It was because the X-Men animated came out and people wanted X-Men. Didn't they relaunch X-Men just around that time, where Jim Lee came out with the multiple variant covers?
This was before that. That was 1990. So this show came out in 92. So they took a lot of those designs from that relaunch, and a lot of the Cyclops design and Rogue, and
it's easy for people to go back to those number ones because they're only about 30 issues in. I can get all of those.
Yeah.
I think that's
what ruined comics. So that's the problem.
It's true. Well, that's what happens. You invite the casuals in, and
they're about to relaunch X-Men again they're going to cancel all this series and relaunch it again in the summer. So yeah, we're going to get another X-Men #1. It's like X-Men volume 8 #1. Like it's fucking. I get it. It's easy jumping on point, but it sucks when you want to have a run of I want to collect all the X-Men, but then you have like 20 #1. I never seen that movie. Look like Ivan Ooze from the trailers. It is pretty much Ivan Ooze.
The fucked up part about that, if you look at some of the designs, the production designs that they had for Apocalypse, they had some really fucking good ones, man.
You just go to
really good ones, but they went with that.
You see the cosplayers, man. The cosplayers had way better designs. Like you see, people at conventions looking. I
think it's about capturing it on screen. But that on screen was shit, dude.
Yeah, and he was all like passive and like, quiet, and Apocalypse is fucking gravitas.
Yes.
Yeah, no, there's some.
Bullshit.
SF Comics doing X-Men 97 review episodes.
What time and where?
And we'll be talking about them for sure when they come out.
I'd love to do it. I just don't know what time it comes out and. Is it going to be a weekly thing, or is it going to drop the whole thing?
I assume it's going to be weekly, but
I would hope they drop the whole fucking thing.
You would think. I think they're going to do it weekly, but we're definitely going to be talking about them. But I suggest rewatching the 90s show too.
You can find out where, Ray?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus has it.
Yeah, Disney Plus has them all. I'm having a lot of fun rewatching them, man. It's some fucking great little jokes that you miss as a kid, and then you're an adult, you kind of get it now. Like, oh, okay, they were throwing some fucking zingers in there. I didn't get it as a kid.
I'd love to see that first episode again, just to relive that fucking magic of the Jubilee and Sentinel chase, man. I remember seeing that for the first time.
Oh, I was blown. It
was so great.
That was like my fucking mega event as a kid when the X-Men, because I was already a big X-Men fan from the comics, and so like the cartoon was just coming out at the perfect time when I was just like get super into comics and super into the X-Men, and now they're on the screen and they're doing it justice too. Yeah, so it still holds up. It's that last 5th season when they changed the animation style and it went kind of goofy animation, like that's hard to watch. But everything up to season 4 is pretty damn entertaining. So yeah, definitely go rewatch that.
Saturday morning for a Gen X kid was the fucking best, dude.
Yep. I think 88 to like 90 until 94 was like a prime time for like animation. Like there was some bangers on TV. Yeah. It's hard to pick. You had to make some tough choices, man. I had to miss on a lot of Ninja Turtles because a lot of good shit was on like Fox at that time. So I was like,
I'm thinking more for me. It's like from 84
to 84,
84 to about 93, man.
Yeah. That's more accurate. Yeah, 84 to
93. 84 94. That 10-year stretch was amazing.
Yeah. Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters, Heathcliff, fucking Muppet Babies, fucking it's just fucking bangers after bangers. Mask.
Yeah.
Just bangers, man.
And to the whole world, you're welcome. That was us.
Yeah. That's why all these there's a lot of creative nerds right now because they grew up with just these crazy fucking stories. Phoenix Saga was sick. Yeah, definitely one of the best ones. Lilandra. Making like 20 episodes. Yeah, this is the first season. They're definitely gonna have more.
How many episodes?
10 episodes this season.
See, yeah, I don't know.
Well, hopefully they're like 30-minute episodes because the show is like 19 minutes because every show had to have a fucking 2-minute recap. Previously on X-Men, they always had a fucking like 2-minute recap, then the fucking and then the credits. So like they're around like 19 minutes the episode. So they.
So these have no commercials and they can go right through right?
Yeah, I go where I want to go, bub. Yeah, they have some great lines. They're hella racist towards fucking Gambit. Listen here, Gumbo.
Yeah, that's a good one. That one. Ileana.
I still like.
That's still one of my favorite lines, man. Ileana.
Why do you hate me? Because you were born. All the ass lines.
It's if it's. What is it? So you said we were thinking Inferno.
We might get some Inferno in there. We might get some.
So I don't want them to go into too many arcs. Just stick into about like 2 arcs.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
because that should be about 12 episodes. It's like 2 story arcs. 1 arc,
like taking over the school and killing it on game. Listen, Cajun. Hey, bub. No, it's great, man. I love the little Easter eggs they would throw in. The little, Deadpool would show up in like a flashback or like some mind thing, and they had just like these little things that would pop up for the X-Men. Man, I'm super juiced on this, man. It's and I love the Miss Marvel episode when they show Rogue's origin. Like I hope that happens on the big screen. That needs to happen. Depower her a little bit.
So I was thinking. So the X-Men have probably been hiding the whole time. Because they exist. So this is almost like a history, right? This is gonna be. I wonder if Deadpool's gonna make a cameo at the end of it.
Kind of connect to the Deadpool Wolverine movie. That could be a thing. I wouldn't be surprised.
And you said this comes out in what? March? May?
March 20th.
March 20th. So if they do 12 episodes,
10 episodes.
10 episodes. That's 8. That's 10 weeks. March
20th. Kind of going into
when the Deadpool release?
July 26th.
It's a little bit farther out, but
I could see a little cameo and just kind of setting things up where this is gonna.
Where he pops in and does something, and then it pops out. Gets people more excited for Deadpool too.
And your transition skills are just getting better and better. Let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, man. The big trailer just dropped. Speaking of which. Probably connect X-Men 97 with Deadpool with the TVA. Yeah, you can go anywhere really. That's what I'm thinking. He's going to clean up the. That's why that Beast from the Marvels looked like the Beast from the cartoon. Kind of had that vibe up to him. So I think he's going to clean up the timeline and make it kind of streamlined and make it kind of close to the X-Men 97 universe. But yeah, we got the first trailer for Deadpool, and they didn't really haven't really revealed the title. I think a lot of people kind of speculated it was going to be Deadpool and Wolverine. There was like trademarks for Deadpool and Friend, and like Deadpool, like all these different Deadpool titles.
Friends.
Yeah. I like how Hugh Jackman put on his thing is he changed the title. It's like Wolverine and asshole. So he changed it on his Twitter, like the fucking title of the movie. So we finally got the trailer. We got a kind of glimpse of what the story is. We got Wade with his fucking hilarious looking wig on. He looked pretty hilarious. Somebody say he looked like Jimmy Johnson with the wig. But yeah, we got kind of Wade, his birthday. Well, ironically, it's on July 26th. So we get a nice look, kind of where Wade's at, and we get a glimpse of the TVA. We get to see the TVA pop up. Of course, TVA from Loki. If you have not watched Loki, he's whoa.
What the fuck?
Sorry. So yeah, we got kind of getting recruited by the TVA. We get some glimpses of just glimpses of like things from the future. We get like a Wolverine patch kind of from the back. Some people are speculating that's not Hugh Jackman. That's going to be one of the variants that he's going to come across. We get to see
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Daniel Radcliffe. I don't like that casting at all, but people want to fan cast shit. I heard there's going to be multiple Wolverine variants in this. We get a back of a shot of a back of head of a bald person. A lot of people are speculating that Cassandra Nova, Professor X's evil twin sister from the comics, from the Grant Morrison run. So I can imagine that's going to be a big deal if she shows up. She is an asshole. She is a villain for sure. She is a fucking yeah. So curious about that. We get to see a Pyro show up from the X-Men. I didn't recognize him at first when I first watched the trailer. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? Because he's aged like 20 years. You forget like, those X-Men movies were like 20 years ago. Makes me feel fucking old. But yeah, we get to see a lot of cool fucking scenes, a lot of cool shots. He's going to get recruited. He's Marvel's Jesus. Now he's going to. There's hints of him going into like the different Marvel movies and maybe pruning characters or picking out characters, kind of cleaning up the timeline from all the Marvel X-Men. I heard one theory that he's going to go into the Age of Ultron and replace Aaron Taylor Johnson with fucking Evan Peters. Yeah, and kind of clean up.
That'd be great.
He's Quicksilver going forward and kind of switching out some of the characters that they messed up on. So there's a lot of theories going on with this, and of course, at the end of the trailer, you get to see a little glimpse of the yellow costume and Logan. You don't get to see a full shot with him, so I'm glad we're going to tease to that. But yeah,
I'm glad they got the yellow costume because of the '97.
Yeah, people love it. I'm more of the brown suit costume, but
Me too.
Yeah. Big Leo liked when you said I'm the Marvel Jesus. Yeah, that was pretty hilarious. No TJ Miller. No, TJ Miller has been canceled. He said he did some shit. Yeah, he's been
he got canceled. Really? Let me see.
Yeah, TJ Miller. Yeah, I forgot what he did. He did some inappropriate stuff with some ladies. It's gonna be Harry Potter. I hope that's not Wolverine going forward. But what you think of the trailer, man?
It was cool. Like I said, it's not showing much.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just hoping like some stuff that it's gonna be true that he's gonna be picking people and bringing them into the MCU. Like, yeah, I would love Evan Peters. Evan Peters is the way better Quicksilver.
Yeah, the superior Quicksilver for sure.
Very superior Quicksilver. I'd love for Magneto, Fassbender to get brought in.
Yeah.
I don't know if he still wants to do it or whatever.
Yeah, I don't want to get Ian I love Ian McKellen and all, but he's way too old. I want to see a young badass Magneto going against these Marvel heroes. I don't want to see fucking old man Magneto going.
It's because I don't equate him with as much as he has one of the greatest lines in fucking X-Men. We're the future, Charles.
We're all the future, Charles, not them.
I love that line. That's the greatest fucking line. I just because that epitomizes fucking Magneto. I don't want Gandalf as Magneto right now. That's all I fucking associate Ian McKellen with is Gandalf.
And I love Patrick Stewart too, but he's up there too, man.
He's old.
So I wouldn't mind seeing McAvoy come back in.
I would love but see, that's the thing. Are those guys still wanting to do those two roles?
I think they're still
now being folded in.
I think they're still under. I think that was like one of the big issues, like with them coming in, doing the X-Men, because a lot of those guys are still under contract. In movies. So
those are two guys I would keep.
I just noticed that it kind of our heads kind of line up with the bottom part, so it looks like you're sitting Dayton Leah.
Oh shit! Oh my god! I just got a fucking cramp. I'm moving on my leg. You can just see my eyes go big. It fucking hurts. It fucking hurts.
Speaking of old man,
it fucking hurts.
YouTube user Scarlet Witch rumored to be in it. Yeah, there's like everyone's been rumored. That's what my one concern is. Like, is this going to be Mortal Kombat
Annihilation?
Here's a character. I'm here for a cameo. Hi, bye. So
unless he's shooting people,
yeah,
I don't want to see them.
Billy Voltron. The trailer is really good. I enjoy the trailer. It's fun. I like Wade Wilson's great. I'm just still hesitant about like the movie overall. I hope they can possibly bring back the original actor for a real life Beast. I think they're going to stick with the CGI Beast. If they're going to bring Kelsey Grammer's up there too, could be the voice.
No. I would.
Oh,
well, the thing is, you could put any person in that prosthetic.
Yeah.
Any big time a stuntman and just have fucking Kelsey Grammer do the voiceover.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. There's a big Leo 415. That's a good thing they're not showing much, but it does have a lot of Easter eggs.
It does. They showed Easter eggs. They didn't show the main plot, which I like.
Canito.
Canito. I don't get it.
We are the future, Frodo, not them.
No, it's Gandalf. He's not. There's no fucking Magneto there anymore. He's done. Ever since Fassbender showed up on fucking set as Magneto, to me, he's the definitive.
Yeah, it's not
he's
like
Magneto.
Has like any other franchise or any like every movie he does is flop. So just stick with the X-Men. That's the only thing working for him.
Should have been Bond.
Should have been Bond. Yeah,
should have been Bond.
Yeah, so like Run Row. I just rewatched the second one. I wasn't a big fan of the second one. I haven't rewatched it since it came out. It's okay. It's fine. I still have some issues with it, but
which one?
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2 is good. It's a fun movie. It's not.
It's fun.
It's fun.
Like the cable stuff. The cable stuff kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, it's fun, dude. It's a fun movie. There's a lot of things I have an issue with. You know how I feel about it? It's almost like the first X-Men movie. It's fun. There's issues with it, but it's still fun. I still like it.
Yeah, it's still it's the best. The characterizations of the X-Men kind of like they're all over the place. They don't act like they themselves. That's kind of my biggest issue with the first X-Men movies. But it's and making Wolverine the central character of the movie, and then doing a bunch of solo Wolverine movies. Like you already made all the other X-Men movies, Wolverine movies. Now you're doing solo Wolverine movies. Like, what's the point?
And the miscasting of Rogue.
Yeah. No, the mischaracterization of Rogue too, man. She's not a fucking timid like emo girl. She's a sassy Southern belle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they try to make her the focus character, like the audience focus character, just like Jubilee was and Kitty Pryde was back in the day. Kind of like, I'm the new young mutant coming in, and this world is crazy, and like so they try to make her.
This is a girl that came in and would beat up the guys, though. That's the whole thing. If you fucking looked at her wrong.
Yeah, and she was kind of like without her Ms. Marvel powers, it's kind of a boring character. Like she can't really do much. I can steal your power, and then I'm kind of off screen for the most of the movie. Like they should have just had it when she absorbed some of Magneto's power. She got the ability of some strength and ability to fly. Just like, oh, just you don't have to over explain it. Just hey, it affected her mutation. Now she can fly and has strength.
Yes.
Give her something to do. So hopefully, yeah, they get Rogue right. But we've talked about what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think originally they wanted to use Jubilee, but they wanted to use more popular characters, so they used Rogue.
They should have just went with Jubilee. It would have been a better story.
Jubilee or Kitty Pryde, like they did in the X-Men from the 80s. 80s. So yeah, I think they went with popular characters that I don't know. It's kind of a mess, that whole X-Men, and that's why Deadpool has to go clean it up.
Yeah,
that's kind of the whole point of the fucking movie, because that continuity is all over the place.
But we still like it. That's how I feel about Deadpool 2. I have a lot of problems with it, but I still like it. It's not as great as Deadpool 1's great. I love Deadpool.
Yeah,
but
I think
Deadpool 2's not as good, but it's still good.
Yeah. Like the last two X-Men movies are a mess. Like Dark Phoenix was such a fucking
shit.
So bad. It was so bad. And Apocalypse had a lot of like shit that it could have been great, but they screwed up on Apocalypse. Like that's the whole point. You fucked up Apocalypse. Like it had all these great characters come in, but then
such a good promising start too.
Yeah, and then
with
just the end credits of Days of Future Past, man. When you see fucking Apocalypse building the pyramids and shit, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna bring in Apocalypse. This movie was like, a Days of Future Past was great because they brought in all these all the timelines together. It kind of made sense, even though it's still kind of a mess, but still fun, really fun fucking movie. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited. Cautiously excited about this movie, and this is a very important. And he's not lying. He has to save the cinematic universe. So this is a very crucial movie. This is the only Marvel movie coming out this year. Well,
it's big,
not including the Sonyverse movies, but this is huge for Marvel. If this one doesn't hit, this gonna be some bad things going forward. They're gonna have to make a lot of changes going forward. So I don't know. I'm cautiously
this will fast track everything.
This will get people super juiced. I think we're gonna get some cameos of what's coming forward and what's going forward. We got an issue of Secret Wars #5 on the side of Wolverine, Doom on the cover. So the first appearance of Doom in the MCU, pretty much right there. But we'll see, man. I'm hoping this is good.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I want this to be, and it's going to ruin my birthday.
We have 5 months to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. We have 5 months to figure it out. One question I want to have for you: what do we do with Wolverine going forward? You kind of screw the next Wolverine because you're bringing Hugh Jackman back as this Wolverine.
No,
do you keep Hugh Jackman? Or are you end Hugh Jackman here?
I would end Hugh Jackman. This to me, I don't want, because the thing is, look, if Hugh Jackman was at least 10 years younger, like if we're starting with the Hugh Jackman from like the first X-Men movie, I'll say, yeah, we keep him going forward because, he's...
How old is he right now?
Oh, I don't know, but just think of how old X-Men is already. That's 20 years plus added to him.
He's 55 years old.
He can't do Wolverine for the next 10 years. And then the next Wolverine, the next movie he's going to be in, it's not going to be in the next 2 years.
I think they kind of missed. They should have recast Wolverine already for this, not bring Hugh.
No.
Well, I understand why you're bringing Hugh Jackman in.
Well, no. Because look, he gets to make a movie with his friend, and that's awesome. That's great for him.
But he had such a great ending with Logan, man. Like,
I get that, but we don't know if it's that Wolverine.
I'm sure it's going to be some alternate. Like they're all
alternates. And this is, stay with me. They're all alternates, right? So who's to say, because the TVA is involved, that another alternate Wolverine doesn't become the new Wolverine? If for some reason, like if it is Daniel Radcliffe or some crazy shit,
please no.
or maybe we might see somebody else's fucking Wolverine. Like, oh shit, I didn't expect that. Scott Eastman or what or Scott Eastwood. We don't know. So I don't think he's going to be the Wolverine going forward. I know that there's cherry picking certain characters. He's not. I think he's not one of the ones I would cherry pick. Personally, I wouldn't cherry pick it, and I think that would be great for the movie. If, fucking Deadpool, I got to kill you now. You're the fucking variant.
You're the final one. You're the final
one. I needed your help to do all of this. Oh wait, you're an asshole. Yeah, I kind of fucking showed you the whole movie that I am. So I'm killing everybody else, but you're the final one. That it could be something like that. I don't know, but I just don't think Hugh Jackman going forward will be Wolverine. I wouldn't see the benefits to the MCU for that.
Yeah, I the only thing I could see them really clamoring for some star power because they fucking killed off like two of their major wrote off their two of their major characters.
You got you got Fassbender and you got fucking McAvoy.
This McAvoy, yeah, but even Fassbender is not like a star. Like he's not Robert Downey Jr. He's not.
No, he's not. But you got now he's in the MCU.
Yeah.
Now we can now we can tell some X-Men stories, right? That's what I'm hoping for. You got your big bad.
They're gonna just back up the brink stuff. I'm like, hey, you're play Wolverine for another 10 years.
Because look, because I've heard, I don't know if it's true. There are rumors that they're fucking panicking and want to bring back fucking Brolin for Thanos.
Mm-hmm. And he has come back in the comics. It's not,
No, he has, but it'd be too soon for me.
Yeah, I can see bring Thanos back in like 10 years after all this other shit comes out. Bring him back. Yeah,
and anybody could be Thanos at that point.
Yeah, he can.
Doesn't have to be Brolin.
Yeah, Brolin can still do it in like 10 years.
The voice.
He's just doing the voice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so look, there's a lot they can do, but I don't think they need. I understand the star power. They have enough star power everywhere. They don't need him. Yeah, they do.
Who? Anthony Mackie? That's her star.
They still have Tom. They still have Tom Holland. They still have Benedict Cumberbatch. They still have a lot of people. You may not think of him as a star.
But who else though? Who's the guys? Who's the main, like not even the star power, just like the main, like
the whole thing. The main guys. Well, we've talked about this before. The X-Men to me is what they need. It's the injection. Why? Because that's when you want to do solo franchises. The X-Men is where it's at.
Yeah, I don't care about Shang-Chi. I don't need a Black Widow fucking movie. I don't
have to do all the Eternals shit anymore. You don't have to do the Eternals anymore. You know why? You can do X-Force.
Because no one gives a fuck about the Eternals. They every time, like in humans, you can do X-Force, X Factor.
You can do X-Force, X Factor. You can do Excalibur. There are so many more X books, and people give more of a fuck about X books than they do the rest of the Marvel universe. That's how it always was.
Well, it was. That's how it was in like the 80s.
That's how it was. But it's only become this after the MCU because Iron Man was shit prior to this. The only fucking Avenger that was probably worth his fucking weight was probably Cap, Spider-Man, maybe Thor. Everybody else was your secondary character.
C-lister. Like Hawkeye's a fucking like B C-lister. Like
D-lister.
Yeah, fucking.
I know that there's
C-lister.
He's a B-lister.
Yeah, these are all like a lot of those guys were C. Like Hulk, of course, was a main guy, but yeah.
It's there's some look. The X-Men to me are always much more interesting.
Oh yeah,
you could do a Storm movie. You could do the Cyclops movie. You could do a Wolverine movie. You can do.
No, there will be. I want to see Wolverine versus Hulk. That's all I want to see.
I want to see that Magneto movie.
Mm-hmm.
Magneto Nazi hunter. Fuck all of you. I want to see a fucking young Xavier putting the school together for the first time. Getting all the steps. There are a lot of fucking great stories in the X-Men universe. I'd love to see a fucking Nightcrawler fucking origin. That'd be an interesting story.
I would do some like one shots on Disney Plus, like they did.
Yeah, there you go. Like that's what I mean. They with the X-Men, they have content.
Yeah, just do like every couple months, do like an X-Men origin story. Like it doesn't have to be a movie. It could be an hour.
It could be an hour program or something like that. But they have with the X-Men, they have it. And the best part about this, if they cast correctly on shit, they have stars. They'll make stars. Because look, to me, Tom Holland. Who was Tom Holland prior to being Spider-Man? Tom Holland was offered fucking.
He was like a fucking fetus, I think, because he's like fucking 10 years old.
Yeah, but the whole thing is he started in a couple of movies, but prior to that, Tom Holland was nobody. Now Tom Holland was like they were giving him that fucking Uncharted. He got to lead his own movie. Yeah. Even he was with Mark Wahlberg, but Mark Wahlberg was his supporting actor. You know,
we'll see, man.
it made something of them. Like they have stars. I keep going back to Tom Holland because he's the guy. I think he's the guy who's ascended the most from when he came in.
Do you know what's happening with Blade from Lord? Yeah, Blade. But I think they're still working on the script. Mahershala Ali just came out and said he's still Blade. He's still on board to do it. So it's still happening apparently. People are going to hate on the X-Men, going to be too woke for these bozos, even though the X-Men have been woke since the beginning. That's the whole point of.
That's the whole fucking point.
That's the whole point of them.
Don't get it. They don't get it. Everybody who was different got to go and be who they were with the X-Men.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It started from the beginning. It was a whole allegory for being, being a different race, different, sexuality. It's just that's the whole fucking point of the X-Men. And they had a diverse team of heroes before that was a cliche thing to do. They had that giant size X-Men had a German guy, a Russian guy, a black chick, black African chick, a Native American, and Irish guy. They had like an Asian guy. Like that was kind of unheard of in the back then. So that was it's been woke for a while. Like the woke men has been they've been around for a while. Tom Holland was Brock. You could play him in the movie, yeah, for sure. Working with the Avengers. Let's see. All right. So next, we got another one. Another big news this week. We finally got the cast of. This was kind of already been rumored for a while. This has been like the worst kept secret in Marvel. We got a little Valentine's Day surprise. We got our cast of Fantastic Four. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Invisible Woman Sue Storm. We got Joseph Quinn, the great Eddie Munson has Johnny Storm, and I always fucking fuck up his name. What's his name? The dude from The Burr.
I don't know.
Evan Moss background.
Yeah, there you go. He has a fucking serial killer name.
Yeah.
Anybody with those three names and shit, fucking.
So we got our cast. Some people were divisive on it. The ones I have I'm still kind of questioning is the Vanessa Kirby and Pascal. But I think Pascal, I think you can pull it off. Kirby, I like her a lot. I think she's a great actress. I just don't know if I see her as Sue. Joseph Quinn.
She's fucking. What's her name? She's White Queen to me.
I can see her. Look
at her. She's more White Queen.
Yeah. Joseph Quinn. I could see him as Johnny Storm. Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think between him and that Eddie Munson role, I think he can definitely kind of transfer over to Human Torch. I think he's going to be good. I think he's ready to blow up as a big actor. Mm-hmm. And my favorite casting out of all this is Evan Moss Backrack as Ben Grimm. If he showed up in Andor, he was in the first half of Andor. He great actor when he pops up.
Who was he in Andor?
He was that guy that, remember, he had that conversation. He was one of the
he's one of the people, the village people that he went to go in contact.
Yeah. He was the guy. Remember, he had that conversation with about the fucking thing, and he was in. Yeah, I forgot he was in Andor. Like, I'm so somebody remind me.
I got to go back and see that scene now because I know exactly who you're talking about.
So, I watched the first season of The Bear. And
he's in it.
He's in The Bear. He's like a main character in The Bear. He's cousin. He's kind of a gruff, kind of an asshole kind of guy. And once I watched The Bear, I was like, and I heard that rumor, I was like, okay, that guy can definitely play Ben Grimm. He's got that kind of that gruff and that gruff kind of tough guy, but then also sensitive at the same time. And he's got those like sad eyes, and he's actually Jewish too, which is he's going to be the first actor to play the Ben Grimm that's actually Jewish. Ben Grimm is famously one of the first openly Jewish characters,
before woke fuckers.
Before woke. Jack Kirby kind of based it on himself, kind of like his exterior self. But I like that casting the most. I think that he's going to steal the movie. And that's great for me because I think Ben Grimm is like the heart of the Fantastic Four. He's just the tragic story out of the Fantastic Four. Everybody else looks cool. They have these cool powers. I could stretch. I could turn invisible. I can turn into a Human Torch, and I'm a fucking monster. And he kind of has to deal with that. So we get this little teaser. This teaser says a lot too. We got Herbie right there in the corner. We get he's Ben Grimm's reading. I think they said it was a Life magazine from 1963. When what I think Lyndon Johnson took over after Kennedy got shot or whatever. We got Ben Grimm back there in an astronaut suit. So this is like there's rumors this is going to take place in the 60s, maybe in an alternate 60 universe in the 60s, maybe in the MCU 60s, and they go off on a mission and they're forgotten about, and they come back in modern day, just like kind of Cap storyline. There's rumors that maybe it's a different dimension where the 60s are still a thing. It's just still an aesthetic. So there's a few ways to go about it. So yeah, first of all, what do you think of this little teaser Valentine's Day card, and what do you think of the cast, man?
Casting, I'm still kind of the ones I like. I do like Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. The guy's ready. He's a good actor. Don't let the fucking role of Eddie Munson for some folks just fucking ruin it for you. Yeah, but you don't like that kind of person. We know you don't like me. That's what it is. So it's what it is, man. He looks the Evan Moss backtrack. I don't know the guy. I haven't watched The Bear, so I'm not.
Well, you watch The Bear, man.
I'm gonna go back and watch the scene that you're talking about from The Mandalorian. Andor. Andor was fucking amazing. I think it's probably my favorite. It might be my favorite Star Wars series because it doesn't have to deal with like Jedis and all that shit. Sometimes that shit's just like there's more to Star Wars than just Jedis and Sith. There's a lot of under shit, political shit. Pedro Pascal, I don't know. Like I can buy Vanessa Kirby and Joseph Quinn being brother and sister. That I can buy.
I can see that. Yeah,
I can see that. So that's it's good casting as far as family. I just don't see her as Sue Storm. Yeah. I see her more as a white queen. Like that's the vibe I get from her. She's more Hellfire Clubbish than she is Fantastic Four. I don't know about Pedro Pascal, man.
I mean, until I see him on screen, like talking like Reed, because Reed is kind of he's kind of a nerd dad, kind of. He
is the great nerd dad already,
Yeah, he's the internet's daddy for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like I need to see him talk like Reed. I need to, him spewing the science stuff out. Him, talking about quantum physics and all this like fucking negative zones and shit like that. I need to see him in action.
I don't doubt he can do that. I think for personally speaking, I think the reason it's so hard to take as they're going with Pedro Pascal because they gave me John Krasinski for a second, and it looked fucking.
It looked perfect. Yeah, it looked perfect. Like it looked like you would imagine Reed would look on screen. And Krasinski is a pretty good actor in his own right too.
That's the other thing they got a great actor. Pedro Pascal's a good actor. I just don't see him as Reed Richards. So I could see him as so many other people in the MCU. He would have made a great fucking Forge in X-Men as an elder X-Men. And
then you get that dude from Dr. Sleep.
Oh yeah, yes, I knew who you're going with too. Pro Daddy. Yeah,
he would be good.
So look, I'm glad that they got 4 really good actors. Yeah. That's the good part. I'm gonna take your word on the Evan Moss backtrack, and I can remember him in that scene that you're talking.
Yeah, when I first heard that casting rumor, I was like, that was before I watched The Bear. I was like, that guy. I'm like, But then I watched The Bear. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, Ben. He's perfect.
I'll probably look up some scenes on YouTube for it.
No, he's good. He's good. He's got a good passion. I think he's going to be a good Ben Grimm.
Director? Do we have the director yet?
Yeah, it's what's his name? He did the first season of WandaVision. He did. What else?
You just got Michael Giacchino, man. Guy's fucking
right now. Matt Jackman. Yeah,
Jackman.
Matt Jackman. Yeah,
Jackman.
Yeah, he did a lot.
I like WandaVision.
And he was offered Star Trek to direct the next Star. He turned it down to direct this. So he has a passion. He has a passion for it, which I'm okay with.
I just want to know what stories influenced him and which stories did he read that made him love this shit so much. That's
not feeling the cast. Pascal, okay. Everyone else is meh.
See, I feel more in the opposite way. Pascal's like to me the one out of place.
You hate Eddie Munson.
He hates him. He hates me. That's the whole thing.
I hate Eddie Munson, man. The Village People.
What's the Village People? Them? No, I don't see.
Have you been watching Curb? Off topic, Lori. We're talking about the Fantastic Four. I haven't watched the new season yet.
I haven't watched the new season.
I have to finish the last season. I have to
catch up.
Ray's biased. Hell yeah, I'm biased. I love the Fantastic Four, man.
Yeah, sorry, dude. He fucking reads it.
I love this. I love other than the X-Men, Fantastic Four is my second favorite comic book storyline. I love this. This is important. This is very important for the MCU too. This is another one. Like Deadpool and this one need to hit.
These are X-Men and the Fantastic Four are two properties they should have had at the beginning of all of it.
This is very crucial for them going forward. I think Captain America is going to bomb. I think that's not going to hit. I think it's going to be a bad. The fact that they're reshooting almost the whole movie is not a good sign. And Thunderbolts is I think going to be a mess too. So I don't know. These two movies are going to be fucking very crucial. Both coming out late July. Big Leo, I think the cast will be on point.
I'm hoping so.
I hope so too.
Yeah, I think they got great actors, but I'm hoping so.
I think Pedro is the industry's darling right now, so it might be because of that. I'll wait and see it too. Yeah, he's the hot guy right now. Like he's been cast and everything. He's been in like every franchise. He's been in the DC universe. He's been in fucking.
And that was a very bad miscast there.
Yeah, he was. Like if you didn't call that character Maxwell Lord, it would have been a fine character, but that was not Maxwell Lord.
That was not.
Curious about the new Coen Brothers movie. It was at the Breakaway Dolls, whatever the fuck they call. Rick said the Village People when describing Moss.
I did say, yeah, they were the Village People. Now I get it. That's just funny.
Matt Shackman.
The guy who did WandaVision.
Yeah, I think he did a bunch of. He's done a bunch of TV and shit. So
yeah, it's cool. It's cool that they're giving that. I do like that they're giving somebody kind of almost like the Russos, somebody who comes from television probably to do a major motion picture. He did get offered something else, and Star Trek. I know they've been trying to get that shit off for a while. It's all their shooting schedules over there have been fucking off. But yeah, I want to see Shackman. I want to see this shit, dude.
He did he did episodes of Fargo, Game of Thrones. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. So
I like. Oh, there you go. He got funny and epic down under his fucking belt.
And I think he was he did a lot of It's Always Sunny. So you got that family like dynamic, like that banter between the family. So hopefully that carries over. That's huge.
Villain. That's next. Who's the villain?
A lot of rumors going around that Galactus is going to be one of the villains. Bardem doing the voice would be awesome.
That'd be great, dude. I could hear Jaguar fucking like
Doom has to be there, but he doesn't need to be the main villain. He needs to be in the background on that. So
just have him on a newscast on the TV, fucking talking.
So talking about Latveria and stuff. Like I don't need Doom as the main villain. Let's try some of the. You could do Annihilus. You can do fucking. You can do a bunch of villains in this, man. Or introduce, bring in the Mole Man. I want to see the fucking Mole Man. Like, you can do all kinds of fucking crazy shit. Just have them fight, these big monsters on Monster Island.
That'd be sick.
Only this is their toughest project to pull. Hopefully they can do it. Yeah, this is gonna be like how many tries have they had? Like, there's been, the Roger Corman one, the Tim Story ones, and the fucking Josh Trank one. So they've failed multiple times trying to get this on screen and do it right. Like those Tim Story ones weren't bad. There's some fun stuff in there. Like a Human Torch was cool. Chickless has thing. I didn't like the suit, but it was still still pretty entertaining.
I think that's a big thing for that one. I just didn't like the way it looked. It looked like a Goomba.
Yeah. Bring on Dr. Doom and use a voice actor from Big Leo. Yes.
Who would be the voice?
The voice. Praying for a Jessica Alba cameo. That was a miscast for sure.
A huge miscast.
Yeah. This is important, man. I hope they nail this, man. I can't wait to see a trailer. I have a feeling we'll get a little cameo in Deadpool. Maybe end credit cameo from them. Just maybe some kind of flashback or something. So yeah. I don't know. I'm excited, man.
I'm excited for this. My whole thing is always attached to, because it is a Fantastic Four, and I would love to see Galactus. I'd love to see Doom. I'd love to see the Mole Man. But they got tons of fucking. Now you got a villains gallery. You know?
And they bring on, and they can interact with all the other characters too. You don't have to, you know.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Yeah.
Well, that one is slated to come out when?
July 25th.
July 25th, 2026.
Next year.
Next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got to start filming too.
They got to start filming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Cool. All right. All right. All right. I gotta go soon. Do you have anything quick before the pull list before we get out of here? Or we want to just end the show willy nilly?
Yeah, go Tiny Tina's Wonderland. That's a good fucking game. PS5. It just got released on their PS Plus thing. It's a really fun game, man. It's like Borderlands, but like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of feel.
All right.
That's it.
Cool. All right. That's our pull list, man. We're a quick one. Yeah, we're gonna do. I gotta get out of here. Like the video. Subscribe if you liked so far. I'll do a couple more chats. Renee, what's up, Renee? Neat looking FF Easter egg on Deadpool shows a Secret Wars comic with Dr. Doom on the cover. Yeah, Secret Wars number 5 from the Jonathan Hickman. YouTube. I like Keanu for Surfer. Yeah, don't make Surfer female. Just make, you have enough female characters you could use. You don't need to be that. All right, guys. I'm gonna end this. All right, we'll see you guys soon. Keep like and subscribe to the video, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios. Adieu.